It was supposed to be a good day. A nice end to a tumultuous year. But instead, like the entire rest of the year, December 31st had some high highs and some very low lows. The challenges 2022 presented were numerous and harsh. And New Year's Eve, well, that was just the garnish on the whole thing. "2022 went out with a fizzle. 2023 came in with a whimper. But before I tell you this story, I'm gonna need a drink. Good evening, shipmates and shitheads, scumbags and scallywags. Welcome to another episode of Before the Mast, a show where I go through great lengths to bring you quality content. Yes, quality content. Happy New Year to all of you, my tens and tens of viewers. Who's happy about it? It just started. What are you, Nostradamus? Anyway, it's Monday here at the Laka Laka Lounge and Liquor Locker. That makes it Mai Tai Monday. So Mai Tai, offer you a drink. Of course, you'll have to buy your own ingredients and mix it yourself. I'm really just providing you with the recipe. It's down in the description. You know what else is down there? The like and subscribe button. Seriously, people, it takes you a second. Just hit like and subscribe. And if you're feeling frisky, leave me a comment. Tell me I'm an asshole. Fuck, I don't care. Let's head over to the Laka Laka Lounge and Liquor Locker for liquid libations. Shh, it's my time. And there it is, the Mai Tai. A drink so amazing, so celebrated, so illustrious, so legendary, and yet a drink that so many bars and bartenders have been confounded by. Cheers. The Mai Tai is a Trader Vic production from Hollywood sometime in the 1940s. And seeing as Trader Vic kept his recipes secret, a lot like Don the Beachcomber in the last episode, there are a plethora of recipes to be found. From flaming Mai Tais to blue Mai Tais to, well, you get the picture. I think it'd be easier for me to just tell you what a Mai Tai is not. Mai Tais do not have pineapple juice. They don't have grenadine. While there is a small element of simple syrup in them, they're not overtly sweet. The recipe in the description is from The Ultimate Bar Book by Mattie Helmich, and it represents a pretty classic and straightforward approach. Try it yourself, and for God's sake, leave a comment. Jesus. You know, enjoyed responsibly, it's sure to make any party a good party. Cheers, assholes. Oh, hey. This change in wardrobe was brought to you by, fuck, I forgot to turn my microphone on and now I've got to refilm the whole thing. Enjoy. Speaking of good parties, that's exactly where I didn't go on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve 2021 was spent at home by myself, making just about every drink I could that I had the ingredients for. But I might say that was a better time. But less of a story. Well, that's fair. Let's set the stage. I had been planning to go with some veteran friends of mine to a bar in Sacramento for New Year's Eve. We were all very excited. I personally haven't gone out on New Year's Eve in years, so the prospect of actually hanging out with friends was quite nice. We were going to meet at the Shady Lady here. So I got all gussied up, put on my favorite tie, and was getting ready to leave when I got word that all the roads into Sacramento were flooded. Bitch ass bullshit. I had glorious plans. Plans of enjoying a night out with friends. Plans of getting away from my life for just a few hours. And in an instant, Mother Nature took those plans and dashed them like a rudderless ship against a rocky shore. Basically, life went from sugar to shit real quick. And judging by my personal history, I should have seen this coming. I dared to hope. Well, hope makes inevitable disappointment that much worse, Scoot. So now I sat here, all dressed up, with no place to go. Well, hell, I didn't put on the nines so I could sit around, do house chores, and stare at cobwebs all night. So I decided to go to this bar that's within walking distance. Because, hey, it's better than nothing. Yeah. It even stopped raining. Mother Nature was just setting me up. As a wise space admiral once said, "It's a trap!" The bungalow is about a 1.5 mile walk from my house. I pre-gamed with a couple whiskey sours at home, and I set out about 8 p.m. This is a full 4 hours before midnight, mind you. But did that matter to my esteemed fellow citizens? No. No, it did not. By the time I was halfway there, sporadic firecrackers were becoming more pronounced. It sounded like machine gun fire. In fact, I am not 100% certain that none of it was gunfire. And this was all interspersed with loud, chest-rattling booms. It sounded a lot like IDF. It was like this one time in Mosul, Iraq, where I was walking back to my chew from the telephones. And I ended up getting shot at. And that was the night before I was supposed to go home. It even smelled like cordite. Pops from the fireworks were bouncing off the warehouses all around me. Loud booms sounded like landing mortars. Honestly, the only thing that this was missing in order to complete this flashback was tracer rounds flying over my head. Yeah, there were none of those on New Year's Eve. I am a little ashamed to admit that I took cover more than once. And by the time I finally got to the bar, I was a nervous wreck. Whatever. I'll probably edit most of this shit out anyway. Well, I took a moment to take stock of my surroundings. There were a couple good old boy types holding up the far end of the bar, while some guy played pool very loudly with his corn-fed girlfriend, who at the time I thought might be the only other female in the bar other than the bartender. There was an old guy at the closer end of the bar. He was buying drinks for this lady with like $100 bills. No kidding. And around the hook of the bar sat these two guys, one with a cowboy hat, the other with a trucker hat. Cowboy hat was probably the best dressed guy in the bar. He was wearing a shiny electric blue shirt, and he looked like he might have showered before coming out. The other patrons, they were all in various states of fuck it. There was more than one guy there with dirty jeans tucked into mud-covered rubber slogs, ratty-ass sweatshirt, and sweat-encrusted ball cap. No, I was overdressed for my surroundings. I get that. I live in a small agricultural community. I get that too. But can't people at least put on a clean pair of jeans and wear real shoes? I mean, it's New Year's Eve for fuck's sake. Hell, it turned out there were two more girls around the corner in the back of the bar that I didn't see. And one of them was literally in her pajamas and Birkenstocks. Don't worry, she had her fake eyelashes on though. The Mos Eisley Cantina had much better dressed patrons than this place. I mean, I've been to well over my share of dive bars and honky-tonks. But this was different. This was an assault on the senses. It smelled like spilt booze, dirty men's locker room, and strawberry body wash. It looked like a farmersonly.com convention. The DJ was pumping all the greatest gangster rap hits of the 90s with some early 2000 music that cute college girls like to get drunk and sing to. Stuff like Because I Got High by Afro Man, Walk It Out by whoever the hell did that one. And my personal favorite, I Don't Fuck With You by Big Sean. Yeah. Pajama Girl came up and pushed her way in between me and the old guy, who immediately bought her a drink. And she didn't look like she needed another drink. She might have started her pre-gaming on Christmas. Jesus. She said hi to the guy that bought her a drink and gave him a hug, which was probably the price of getting free drinks from the old man. I don't know for sure. I didn't try myself. It was just an observation. Pajama Girl turned to me and, in the very worst fake English accent I've ever heard, said to me, "Are you from merry old England?" "No." "You look as though you come from England." "You look like you rolled out of bed." "I did." "Do you always sleep with fake eyelashes and glitter on?" Well, around that time, her friend came up. She was slightly more put together, and yet slightly less made up. Well, they definitely look like they grazed the same pastures. Wow. That sounded way more mean than I meant it to. But I mean, given our surroundings. And she asked her friend who I was, as the old guy bought her a drink too. So her friend asked me what my name was. I told her my name. They scurried off back to the back of the bar, giggling like schoolgirls. Probably because I told them my name was Aaron. That skit has ruined my name. Then a guy came up and asked me where I kept my Tommy gun. I almost made a mom joke, but I read the room. And seeing that I was the odd man out, I decided it would be in my best interest to just let this one go. So I did. I ordered another drink and told the bartender not to rush because I was going to go outside and smoke. Outside, some guy quipped, "Peaky Blinders." And you know, that's the kind of shit that really irritates me. I mean, I've always dressed like this. This is how I dress. It's not some cheap costume. This is my wardrobe. And people only seem to be able to say the name of whatever TV show is popular at the moment. You know, instead of have a conversation about like what, why, or how. Not that I want to talk to anybody anyway. Well, that guy went inside, and before the door even had a chance to close, out walked Pajama Girl and her trusty sidekick. God, they were trashed. Pajama Girl leaned on the railing next to me, not really sure what she was trying to say because she tried to lift her ass up onto the top bar and almost fell backwards. But I, gentleman that I am, put my hand behind her back and caught her, kept her from going ass over head. They started asking me general questions, like where am I from? How old am I? Do I have kids? Oh, how many? Are you married? I found it kind of odd that she asked if I was married after she asked if I had kids. And this is about the point where the conversation turned truly bizarre. And that's when trusty sidekick says, "You are so my type." I think I gave her the dick look, because she walked that back just slightly and said, "I mean, not married usually." So I says to her, "You're into 45-year-old balding guys in suits with 4 kids and a wife?" "Yeah." That is oddly specific. Well, I was looking for a polite way out of this train wreck of a conversation. I looked at my watch. I was disappointed to see that it wasn't even 9:30 yet. Golly. But mercifully, a very long white SUV stretch limo pulled into the gravel parking lot. There was something surreal about watching this gleaming white limousine pull into the muddy ass parking lot of this hole in the wall ass bar in the middle of buttfuck Egypt. The interior was lit up hot pink and a lot of outlines of people were visible. So I said, well, I better go in and get a drink before the rush comes in. And I made my exit towards the entrance. I was sitting at the bar when this rush of just over middle-aged women came in. They immediately started dancing to whatever was playing, but not on the dance floor. No, the dance floor remained empty. These ladies just could not wait to walk all the way to the dance floor before they started putting their hands over their heads and clumsily wiggling around. So they danced there in the bar area, knocking into other people, trying to just have a drink. Like moths to a flame. It wasn't too long before Pajama Girl came back up, somehow even more drunk than she was 20 minutes ago. She asked me if I would be her New Year's kiss. Well, I looked at her, I looked at my watch, and I said, I don't think you're gonna last that long. Well, she didn't. Her and her trusty sidekick were taken home before 10:30. I'm pretty sure they were cut off and asked politely to leave. That's when a guy came up next to me to order a drink. And he looked like he had just gotten off a long day on the farm. But he also looked about 2 drinks short of alcohol poisoning. And the bartender was giving him one at this moment. He looked over at me, or the guy next to me, or both. And he says, "These are so good," pointing to his clear plastic cup. "It's called a buttery nipple, and it will fuck you up." He started giving me his idea of what is in a buttery nipple. I'm not sure that he was right. Not sure he was wrong either. I just smiled and nodded. And then he fell over and spilled his drink across the bar. Ice and buttery nipple juice went flowing like a flash flood in front of me, thankfully contained by the levee that is the bar lip. But that didn't faze him. No sir. He just ordered another one, as natural as a summer breeze. There was literally nobody here that I wanted to talk to. But now it was almost 11 and I felt invested. I sat at the end of the bar minding my own business, hoping everybody else would mind theirs. The limo full of just over middle-aged women collected its contents and left, leaving the bar with only the patrons that had been there to begin with, except for maybe a small gaggle of older ladies who were definitely not acting their age. This was now officially a sausage party. About 5 minutes to midnight, a lady with a tray full of little plastic cups of champagne, probably sparkling wine, came around giving everybody a shot of bubbly. I told her I didn't want one. I wasn't trying to be a party pooper, I just don't really like fizzy drinks. I looked at my watch. 2 minutes till. The DJ started up a very obnoxious song. And at about 20 seconds, without turning off or down, this accompaniment yelled into the microphone, 15 seconds! Get your drinks ready! This was needlessly loud. Like he was introducing a new stripper to the stage. I mean, this was a small space and there was only like 8 of us in the bar. I wondered if he was going to just leave the music on. Was I going to have to see 2022 out and 2023 in with the same shitty ass song? The thought depressed me. 10, 9, 8, 7. I looked around me at everyone anxiously awaiting the new year with unfounded optimism. The crowd started chanting 5, louder, 4, until finally it sounded like it was almost in unison. 3. I looked at the TV that was showing footage from the New Year's ball drop in New York. 2. I wondered what the hell I was even doing here. 1. I took a drink while everybody cheered like something truly remarkable had just happened. So I started the timer on my watch and set it for 15 minutes, which I figured would be long enough to get through most of the fireworks outside. And the DJ turned the same shitty song right back on. The lady with the tray came up and said, "They want to know why you look so unhappy." I asked who they were. She said nobody in particular, just the people on the other side of the bar. I told her I wasn't upset. This is just how I look. Maybe I was upset. Or at least disappointed. Bummed that 2022 had to end that way, and that 2023 had to open with the same disappointment. The DJ's choice of music was like an analogy for these 2 years. A shitty song ended the year, the same shitty song started the new year. Jesus. I paid my tab and walked out to head home. And as I walked home, I thought to myself, if this is how 2023 comes in, I'm not impressed. And that, children, is what I did on New Year's Eve. And now words of wisdom from your favorite bosun mate, infantryman, civilian artist, who now does videos drunkenly on YouTube. It's much better to have the highway patrol in front of you than it is to have them behind you. Cheers, assholes. It's last call for booze. The lights have all come on. Now that 10 is a 2. Pock marks on her cheeks, and sores on her lips, and scabs on her knees. It's up to you, Joe. But if it was me, it would be a hard no. So make it 1 for the homie, and 1 more for that hoe. She's got a routine, buddy, I don't think that her company's free. You'll probably need a shot of penicillin after you leave. She's playing a game and you're a novice. She's a professional, so make it one for my homie, one more for that hoe. I never knew it till a buddy of mine went through it, out trying to get laid. Went back to his place, see, to his wife Lacey, and now she's got gonorrhea herpes. That's how it goes. You make your own decisions, I suppose. So do what you will. I don't want it said that I'm the buzzkill. This advice that I got, it's worth a lot, but it's free to my bros. So make it one for the homies, and one more for the hoe, that nasty, worn out hoe.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning, put him in the longboat until he's sober. Put him in the longboat until he's sober. Put him in the longboat until he's sober. Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way.
Hi, Holbein. That's my drink. Luckily, you can't see her, but she's doing that weird leg up in the air while she licks her genitals thing. It's freaky. Slap it awake. Oh, fuck. Oh, God bless America. God save the king. I need another one. Son of a bitch. Love that sound. Fuck my life. But
And then there's like a pair of like baggy Nike like jogging pants.
what was I gonna say? I forgot. That's Neptune Vermeer von Schwartenwolf. God, my dog farted. Fuck. Got that shit in my mouth. I'm gonna need another drink before I do the cheers. God, your ass smells so bad. Take whatever the hell this one is. 10? Shit.